On today's episode, we're answering the question, no, we're not, because I'm on the wrong damn outline. I think it's also really important that you let go of some preconceived notions about how you're going to grow your business. There are a lot of people teaching how to grow an online or offline retail business or an in-person service business or a local service. Begin to look at other industries for examples. And I teach people about this all the time. Look outside of your industry at what people are doing well. If you know that so-and-so is doing awesome with this kind of campaign, it doesn't matter that they're a plumber and you're an online business owner.
No, not at all.
And the same holds true in reverse. If somebody that owns an online coaching business is using a model that works, what can you take from that into your local plumbing business? And so I really want to make sure that this is, if you sell a physical product, if you sell a local service, if you sell something that doesn't feel like it fits within this online coaching service business, because you can learn something from what these guys are doing. And when you think about it this way, if we market online, we spend a whole lot of time learning how to market online. Leverage our research and shortcut it by looking at what we're doing and modeling it.
Modeling other people's plans and opportunities, the way that they're doing things, is a really great way to facilitate some success. I actually want to mention something that Alison and I do, and it relates to what she was talking about. Alison and I share a swipe email address, and you've heard us talk about swipe email before. That's where you create an email address that's really not your name, that nobody would know is you. You know, we suggested taking your mom's middle name and, or your dog's name and somebody else's last name, like your great aunt's maiden name, I don't know, but making some sort of an email address that nobody would know is you, and that is not going in filtering into your main email box that you check when you need some inspiration. Alison and I are both happily ensconced in our relationships. We're not looking to date. We're not looking to get married. We're not looking to do any of that. We are both happily done. But we follow somebody specifically who talks about weddings. And they're in our swipe email box on a regular basis. Why? Not because we're interested in weddings. Like I said, we're both, happily in our relationships, but we look because we were interested in the way that they're marketing their business. And it was specifically when the pandemic started that we started following this person, because they couldn't do in-person weddings. They were starting to get pretty nimble with what they were doing to keep their business afloat. And that's what drew us to looking at this person. And we've kind of followed them, very lightly ever since, because they've been they've been able to keep their business afloat, and they've been very plastic and, having that plasticity with their business to keep it going. Does that make sense? So that's just something to add to that.
I really like that. And just looking, I could talk for probably a whole nother episode on looking outside your niche or your industry. Look, I said it like you did. Looking outside of your industry or your competition. Don't just do what your competitors are doing. Forge a new path, but don't forge one that's overgrown. Let other people in other industries forge it for you, and then just follow them. The other thing that you want to do is make sure that your social media is locked down. Secure all your handles. Start building that up. If you aren't already, you should and probably are using some sort of social media to grow. You want to continue doing that. So those are the kind of prerequisites, right? Having your own site, understanding your niche, letting go of those notions, and getting that social media locked down. Then there are some steps to follow. And these actually follow the same format that you would follow if you had a coaching business and were doing a list build. Pretty easy. Ready? Step 1, choose your topic. It sounds pretty easy, and it is the step 1 that we give to everyone who wants to do a list build. Choose your topic. What are you going to focus on? And I don't know, do we already have an episode on choosing your list build topic? If we don't, we should.
I believe we do. I'm pretty sure we do. And I will now, as you speak, probably go look for it.
Okay. See, I knew that would happen. That's why I did that. So pick your topic, make sure it's really exciting, make sure it answers a big question that they want answered, and it's something that you can speak to. Okay. Step 2, choose your list build type. There are a bajillion, and I know we have an episode on how to pick your list build, so we'll put that in the show notes as well. You can choose a summit, which is a fantastic list build and one that I think is highly underutilized in the non-online coaching space industry. You could do a challenge, a giveaway, a podcast, have a PDF download. Look, if you have an online storefront and you're in the e-com space, chances are your lead magnet, your list builder, is a coupon. Cool. If it works for you, awesome. But if it could be better, think about what other options you might have. Okay. So then if you are doing a summit style list build, and we will link to plenty of episodes about summit style list builds in the show notes. But if you're doing a summit style list build, your step number 3 is going to be to find your experts. And I know that coming up, we have an episode on finding experts. I just don't know when it's going to happen.
It's in there. I know it's in there. I know it's in our
It
list of
is. It's
things.
episode 92.
Oh
There it
wow,
is. I
look at
just
you. You
found it.
found it.
I just found it. So it's coming up in just a couple of weeks. Episode 92 is going to be all about how to find your experts, but I'm going to put Jenny on the spot and tell her and let her know that I want her to talk to us about that more because she is the expert in finding experts.
The expert in finding experts. Yeah, you're right. And to Allison's point about summits, you can use a summit to sell a physical product, no problem. I think with the physicality of a product, you're probably doing more possible joint ventures to gather a group together of people with, you know, maybe there's other people, maybe you're selling, maybe you're in an MLM and you want to sell more product, right? Physical product, or you're like Allison's client or like Dave Asprey, where you're really using a physical product. I know he's done a summit. I'm pretty darn sure. And I know he's done challenges. He builds his list like crazy. But with trying to find experts, the whole mentality behind it is not being desperate. It's not going, oh my gosh, I got to get all my experts and I have to have enough people in my summit or I'm screwed. So don't be desperate, which means planning ahead. So if you think you're going to launch your summit in 20 days, don't do it. That's insane, right? So is 30 days. And also, quite honestly, so is 60 days. You kind of need about 90 days to plan these things out. I prefer 120, but that's another conversation for another day. But with finding the experts, you're going to spend probably the first 30 days of your entire planning period in your summit finding and trying to look for experts. Here's the best way to do it. Write down on a piece of paper or on a doc what the vision and values are for your business and what it is for your event. They should be pretty much in alignment. And your end goal. I want to sell more of product A. Great. Then when you're looking at experts, the only thing that's going to get them on your summit is, one, if they're in alignment with your vision and values, and two, if the people on their list can support the purchasing or the increased sales of your product. If they don't fit those two things, they're not getting on your summit, right? So that would be just the major parts of it. And then once you find them, getting in touch with them is a completely different conversation, but please spend more time than you think on trying to find really good experts. If you have any questions about that, I believe I did a quick tip on that. And I also think we're going to be talking about that in episode 92, Allison says. So I'll give you some really good tips in there. So check out episode 92 on how to actually get those experts and get them into get them into your summit, getting them to say yes.
I told you she was the expert, guys. This is why I make her do that stuff, because I can give my insight, but she says it's so much better than me.
I can't talk about copy the way you do. So we're
This
just,
is
I told you, we're like the best Venn diagram out there.
We are, we really are. Okay, so step 3 is to find your experts. I'm going to call this step 3B. If you are not doing a summit style list build, you're doing a challenge, a giveaway, a what have you. Well, a giveaway would probably be very much like a summit. We'll talk about that in a second. But if you're doing a challenge or a podcast or a PDF download, any of that kind of thing, step 3B is going to be create your content. For a challenge, create your outline. You don't have to create all the content before you start promoting, but create the content. Then step 5 is promote the heck out of it. Promote, promote, promote more than you think you should. And I'm talking social media. I'm talking your existing customer list. I'm talking if you're a local business, signs and flyers in your store. I'm talking, I don't care. Everything that you think you should be doing to promote it, take it up 10 more levels, and maybe you'll be promoting it enough. Here's the thing. Not everyone is going to see every bit of your promotion. This is something that Miss Jenny Wright has taught me over and over again. Person A might see a third. Person B might see a quarter of it. Person C might see another third, but they're not all seeing the same stuff. And even if they are, it just either helps them get to the decision to sign up or reaffirms that they've made a good decision. So consider Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. Those are your standards. TikTok, right? Are you on TikTok? If you're not on TikTok or leveraging TikTok, consider it. Podcast, if you have a podcast or you're a guest on a podcast, you could do a podcast tour. We could even do an episode on that. All kinds of stuff, okay? Any PR that you can get on local radio, TV, newspaper, right? People want to know what's going on in their area. This is an event. It's an event that people can attend without having to leave their house, which is attractive for a whole lot of reasons to a whole lot of people. Right? So really consider every bit of promotion that you can do and promote it every day. Okay. Now we're promoting it. Now we're hosting our event. Now we're having our thing. Now they're getting our stuff. Now it's time to make an offer. Do you have a special bundle? Do you have a special thing? If we talked about a real estate agent. Maybe you could be hosting a special class just for first-time homebuyers who are currently renting. And that class is $47. Make the offer. You'll get some clients from that class, some buyers, right? Like, what can you do to now take this list of people that have raised their hand and said, I am interested in that topic, which if you've picked your topic right means I'm interested in what you have to offer. What can you do to now turn those people into buyers? If you sell a bundle of your most popular products, sell a subscription, sell a year's worth of something. Like, what can you, I'm just brainstorming at this point. I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants on this one, but I know Jenny's like, shocker. And then you want to stay in touch consistently during, after, consistently, because a huge portion of sales will come after the event. You're a dick. Seriously.